If you're serious about your business and you want to start your dream career as soon as possible, then investing Facebook ads is in fact the quickest way to grow. There is not an easier way to show up in front of your potential clients than paying for a smart little algorithm to do all the work for you. This doesn't require you to be super active on your socials. It doesn't require you to film yourself dancing for reels or to create engaging content on a daily basis. It's literally having a marketing assistant working 24/7 for you for as little as $5 per day. I've been running ads for over a year now, and during this time I've done so many courses, I've paid for mentorship, and you bet I tested so many different campaigns. I could say that I have a pretty good idea of what works as a wedding photographer. I'm going to share how to get things started, best practice, how to create attention-grabbing creative and copywriting, and how to track results. So let's jump right into it. First of all, let me explain the difference between boosting a post on Instagram and creating an ad campaign under the Ads Manager. At first glance, they might seem like the same thing. Both aim to get a specific piece of content in front of a specific target audience. However, there is a crucial difference. Boosting a post is like a quick win, especially if you're just getting started with it. It's perfect for amplifying existing content like an Instagram post or a reel that did well organically. It works well for specific goals like increasing engagement or expanding brand awareness. When you boost a post, you tell Facebook 3 things: who you want to reach, your budget, and how long you want to run your ad for. But the issue here is that it's not the best for gathering data or optimizing performance over the long haul. Facebook will just spread the post with the information you shared, and don't get me wrong, they have a pretty good algorithm that learns and adapts to people's behavior, but you won't be able to access all the analytics and change what needs to be changed in order to achieve better results. Now, setting up a proper Facebook campaign under your Ads Manager account allows you to have access to more advanced customization, settings, and analytics. You're also able to use your specific ad objective, and I'll get more into this soon, so stay with me. Now, let's clarify the setup process for Ads Manager. Before anything, you need to have an Instagram and Facebook business page and a website for your business too. Once that's sorted, you can start setting up your Facebook Business Manager account. I won't get into the nitty-gritty here, but there are plenty of resources available to guide you through this process. But if you run into any issue, feel free to leave a comment down below and I might be able to help you. But once it's all set up, you need to install Facebook Pixel. In simple terms, Facebook Pixel collects data when people click on the link in your ad and visit your website. Since this data is outside of Facebook's reach, you need to install Facebook Pixel on your website to send this information over to Facebook. With Facebook Pixel in place, you're not only able to track the number of leads generated from a specific ad campaign, but also help the algorithm analyze the quality of your audience. Now that your business manager account is set up, it's time to create your first ad campaign. So let's open Ads Manager within Business Manager and click on Create. First thing first, choosing your ad objective is key. This sets the tone for your campaign and aligns with your business goals. As wedding photographers aiming to connect with engaged couples, our objective is to collect leads. However, I still use traffic as an objective to drive more visitors to my contact page. While this approach did generate some results, it's important to note that with the traffic objective, you're paying per click. So these can add up and the conversion rate might not be as high as desired. On another hand, selecting leads as the ad objective may cost more per lead initially, but the conversion rate is typically higher because Facebook optimizes your ad to target users more likely to submit an inquiry, resulting in a better return on investment. For example, when I use the traffic objective, I consistently receive 3 to 7 leads per week. Now, when I use leads as an objective, I received 9 leads in just 3 days. I also experimented with awareness as an objective, but found it less effective and way more expensive. With awareness, you're not charged based on clicks or conversions, you're charged based on interactions. So I definitely recommend using traffic when aiming to increase brand visibility, and leads when focusing on generating inquiries and bookings. Now, when creating your campaign, there are 4 key aspects to focus on. 1. Define your target audience. 2. Determine the next step for your audience and what action you want them to take. 3. Set your budget. And 4, create compelling ad creative and copywriting. When defining your target audience for your ad campaign, you might be tempted to narrow down so much by adding many interests, age, gender, and other criteria. However, in reality, it's often more effective to keep your targeting as broad as possible. By doing that, you allow Facebook algorithm to learn and find the right audience for you. For example, I'm based on the Gold Coast, Australia, but I can go anywhere from Sunshine Coast to Byron Bay. So what I do is I like to add just one interest, which is weddings, just to give the algorithm a good starting point. I usually keep gender and age quite broad because we want to target both brides and grooms, as well as family members of all ages. Remember, Facebook algorithm is very smart and adapts to find the best audience for your ads. By keeping your targeting relevant yet broad, you increase the chances of reaching potential clients and achieving successful conversions. When considering the conversion location, it's crucial to decide where you're directing your audience. For a while, I didn't know whether to direct them to my website's homepage, where they could explore my portfolio, reviews, and more about me, or straight to my contact page. What I've learned is that it's best to minimize distractions in the lead journey. The process should be quick, easy, and straightforward. When someone comes across your ad and they get interest in your work, they should be able to just click the link and submit their inquiry. This reduces the chance of them changing their minds. Now, when it comes to budget, it really depends on how much you're willing to invest. Start small, around $5 to $15 per day, to see how your ads perform. Then you can adjust and increase your budget gradually based on what works best for you. Now, on to your ad creative and copywriting. The creative aspect of your ad is the most important part of a campaign because it can literally make or break your ad. It's where you choose the images, videos, or text that will grab your audience attention and compel them to take action. Even if you get everything else right, but the creative in your copy isn't compelling enough, or looks salesy or scammy, your ad will tank, or might not even be approved by Facebook. I used to struggle with this myself. I would spend hours searching for inspiration, wondering whether to use a single image, a carousel, or a video. Should I add text overlays or let the visuals speak for themselves? After so many trials and error, here's what I learned. Videos tend to be more cost-effective and provide valuable insights into audience engagement because you can track who watches a significant portion of your video, allowing you to identify those most likely to be interested in your service. Videos are particularly effective for building brand awareness and retargeting campaigns. However, it's so important to make sure that your video content is of high quality and relevance to your audience. Simply using video for the sake of it without considering its quality or alignment with your audience interest can lead to poor results and wasted resources. Based on my own testing, when aiming for lead conversion, simplicity is key. A single image or carousel tends to give me the best results. I usually keep text minimal, maybe just a brief sentence outlining my service and their benefits. However, it's important not to overcrowd your image with text, as this might violate Facebook's guideline and result in your ad being rejected. Ultimately, success in advertising on Facebook and Instagram is about delivering content that truly connects with your audience. If your content isn't compelling or relevant enough, it's like throwing money down the drain. Now, let's not forget about the copywriting, because it's incredibly important. And there are 3 key elements you need to know. 1. Primary text. Primary text is the message that appears at the top of your ad, below your account name, and above the creative. Facebook says we should keep it short, ideally between 1 to 3 lines. However, I like to test a few different options just to see what resonates the best with the audience. Whether it's a short or a long text, it just needs to be well written and easy to read. Explain your offering and its benefits clearly, and always include a call to action. For example, inquire now to see photography packages. 2. Headline. The headline appears just below the image. It should be short and compelling, whether it's about your service or a direct call to action like inquiring now. 3. Call to action. Also known as CTA, call to action is the button that people are going to click on to engage with your ad. For wedding photographers aiming to generate leads, learn more is a good option. And guys, if you want to get a hold of my Facebook ads combo template for wedding photographer to help you create more compelling and attention-grabbing ads, they are going to be available down below. For just $5, you can save yourself the headache and the cash too, because I've done all the legwork, and now you can just go and grab the shortcut and literally benefit from my winning creative and text template that have generated thousands of dollars in revenue. Okay, but now back to work. Once your ads are published, it will take some time for Facebook to approve them. Once approved, I recommend waiting between 3 to 4 days before making any judgments or editing the ad. This allows the algorithm to adapt and find the right audience. Now, there are a few key indicators to determine the performance of your campaign. 1. Amount spent. Keep an eye on your expenses to ensure they align with your budget. 2. Click-through rate, also known as a CTR. This measures the percentage of people who sees your ad and click on it. A CTR below 2% indicates poor performance, so you might need to reconsider your ad objective, your creative, or even consider deactivating the campaign for a little bit. 3. Cost per result. Depending on your ad objective, this could be either cost per click or cost per lead. For traffic, your cost per click shouldn't exceed $1. As for leads, the average cost per lead typically falls between $5 and $15. Finally, let me guide you through my 2 top performing ads. The first one is aimed at generating traffic, focusing on increasing brand awareness, running at $5 a day. By looking at the data from our Facebook pixel, which tracks activity on my website, we can tell a significant number of views on my contact page linked to this ad. This particular ad has been running for quite some time now, and it gives me consistently 3 to 7 leads per week. Moving on to the second ad, I opt for the leads objective running at $10 a day. Facebook Analytics isn't very accurate, but if we have a look at our Facebook pixel data, it shows 9 leads in 3 days, costing $9.65 each lead. While this may seem a little bit high, it's a reasonable price considering that 2 of these leads converted into clients. With an average client charge of around $3,000, securing 2 clients gave us a revenue of $6,000, offsetting the expense of $85, which is how much I've paid for this ad campaign so far. Guys, that's it for now. We freaking made it. I covered a lot of ground in such a short amount of time, and I know it can feel like a lot to take in. So the key takeaway here is to keep things simple, stay focused on your goals, and start small. If you're looking to save time and elevate your ad game, you can grab my ad creative templates and my copywriting templates combo just for $5 down below. And if you got any questions, drop them in the comments too, and I'll do my best to help you out. And once again, thanks so much for supporting my channel, and I'll see you on the next video.